So I asked Max Kellerman this weekend. I said two questions. I disagreed with him when he said Manny Pacquiao was a better pound for pound fighter than Floyd Mayweather, and he explained it and re-justified it. And then I was fortunate enough to ask him a second question: do you think Manny Pacquiao cheated? For all intents purposes, he said yes. And then he went on and tried to include Floyd Mayweather in his answer um, and basically insinuate that Floyd Mayweather cheated as well. But since I didn't ask him about Floyd Mayweather, I just strictly talked about Manny Pacquiao. And it's interesting how anytime you anytime in boxing when you ask a an incriminating question about Manny Pacquiao, it's always justified by saying Floyd Mayweather did equal or did worse. Let every man stand on his own merit, and I'm going off that premise in this video. If Max Kellerman believes Manny Pacquiao cheated, he cannot be a pound for pound better fighter than Floyd Mayweather. Simply end of discussion. Now his justification is um, Manny Pacquiao went through 8 divisions and Floyd started off at 130. Well, let's see, 130, 135, 140, 147. Floyd is 5 divisions and Manny Pacquiao is 8. I can't see that. I can't see Manny Pacquiao being a better pound for pound fighter because in my opinion, no matter the weight class, Manny Pacquiao loses to Floyd Mayweather. From 130 to 154, he loses to Floyd Mayweather. And you know what's interesting? It says he accomplished more. Now, with that being said, I don't know if this is a great example, but I'm just going to use it anyway. So if he says he's done more, 8 different weight classes, and I thought of the Michael Jordan Kobe Bryant comparison, whereas Kobe Bryant should be a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. He had less formal training and he scored more points throughout his career. Michael Jordan went to college, spent 3 years at North Carolina. Kobe Bryant came straight out of high school, right? Uh, Kobe Bryant surpassed Michael Jordan in more points. I believe Kobe Bryant is third all time behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Karl Malone. With that being said, we would imply Kobe Bryant is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan because, quote unquote, he scored more points throughout his career. And if you're a scoring guard, that's how you're measured, by how many points you scored. Um, I'm not talking about championships. Kobe's down by one and that. But I'm talking about strictly points because he's talking about pound for pound weight class. So I'm drawing a parallel between weight classes and points. If his job is to go through weight classes, Kobe Bryant's job is to score more points. Well, there's no comparison between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. There's absolutely no comparison. Kobe Bryant is a distant second to Michael Jordan. Um, and by most accounts, people would agree. And that's the same how I feel about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao is a distant second to Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao had 36 minutes to prove he was better than Floyd Mayweather, and he couldn't. This discussion is dead. I don't care if they fought 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao is younger than Floyd Mayweather, and he had a chance to beat him. So it's impossible that Manny Pacquiao is a better pound for pound fighter than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, uh, I would agree that Manny Pacquiao's wins between 2005 and 2011 per se were probably more impressive looking, meaning he knocked them out convincingly. I was telling someone the most impressive thing about Floyd Mayweather is you probably can count on 20 fingers the amount of times he's gotten hit flush. For real. And that's one of the most impressive stats in addition to making $300 million in one night. Those are probably two of the most impressive stats in the history of boxing. To literally know you're going to go through a fight and not get hit flush. He went through the Andre Berto fight and didn't get hit truly flush the entire fight. Manny Pacquiao never goes to a fight and not get hit flush with a straight right hand. He always gets hits with a straight right hand, and that's just his style. You know, if you're disciplined enough, you can time Manny Pacquiao with your right hand. And I'm not saying you're going to beat him, but you can absolutely time Manny Pacquiao with his with how he left, right, dodge, side to side, side to side, and he comes in with the straight left, or he throws that he throws that the the off speed jab to the fastball straight left hand, if you get my comparison. So, but I just want to dead that Max Kellerman. I just can't grasp the concept as to why he believed Manny Pacquiao is a better pound for pound fighter when he cheated, and Max Kellerman believes he cheated. So that makes it obsolete. You know, that's like saying, okay, that's like saying Hank Aaron and Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds has 5 MVPs, broke the home run record, but he cheated. He is not a better baseball player than Hank Aaron because he cheated. Do I think Barry Bonds was physically more gifted when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates? Absolutely. I thought I've only seen video clips of Hank Aaron, but I'm just gauging off how they ran and how they swung the bat. Barry Bonds was a hell of an athlete when he was in the outfield with Bobby Bonilla and Andy Van Slyke with the Pittsburgh Pirates, I believe. Yeah, Pittsburgh Pirates. Um, so, but since Barry Bonds cheated, we don't know how his body would respond in his mid to late 30s. And the same thing I would say about Manny Pacquiao. Once he got off that juice in 2011, he hasn't had a knockout. He's had a few knockdowns, but hasn't had those Antonio Margarito, Oscar De La Hoya type of victories. So Max Kellerman, as I say, I respectfully disagree with you. I don't see how, if you cheated and you lost head to head convincingly, it was not even close. It was 9-3, 8-4, and you had to find rounds to give Manny Pacquiao. He only won one round convincingly. So this is Barbershop Conversations. I had a great weekend covering the Triple G fight. We got Victor Ortiz, Andre Berto this week. But maybe you guys can help me fully understand what Max Kellerman is simply trying to explain to me. Yes, there's a difference, but I want to see Chocolatito go from 112 to 147. I want to see that happen. if he's the best pound for pound fighter in the world today, according to ESPN, I want to see Chocolatito go from 112 to 147. I want to see if that's humanly possible without cheating. I believe Manny Pacquiao cheated, and the reason what makes me believe is how his career is going now. He hasn't. You don't just wake up and not have no knockouts. I don't care who you are. It's like a home run hitter, like Rob Deere or somebody like that. If you guys remember Rob Deere in the 80s, Barry Bonds, Henry Aaron. You don't just wake up and you only hit 5 home runs for the season when you've been averaging 35 to 45 home runs. It just doesn't happen. Ricky Henderson. You don't just have 0 home runs, or in Ricky Henderson, 0 stolen bases. It doesn't happen, man. Manny Pacquiao is 0 for the last 5 years. He hasn't had a knockout since 2011, I believe. I think so. I think it's 2011. So let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with me, help me understand this. And I know you guys are going to say, well, Floyd Mayweather cheated. Um, I don't know if he's cheated. Uh, I know there was something had to do with his um, some he had he took more IVs than was prescribed, and it was illegal. I don't know how true that is, but that's not a steroid. All right, that's not steroids. Uh, Using steroids gives you a 100% complete, scientifically proven competitive advantage. So Max Kellerman, help me tweet this to Max Kellerman because I don't understand where he's coming from if he believes Manny Pacquiao cheated. If Manny Pacquiao cheated, he can't be on no one's list. Just like Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. How can you put Roger Clemens ahead of Randy Johnson? How can you put Roger Clemens ahead of, well, obviously Dwight Gooden, but he would have had a hell of a career if it wasn't for drugs. But um, some other power, Bob Gibson. How can you put um, Roger Clemens ahead of Bob Gibson? Dave Stewart. You can't because you don't know how they spent the last 8 years of their career cheating. So you don't know. Do I believe they were physically gifted before they started cheating? Yes, they wouldn't have made the major leagues. So I use okay. Here's as current example as I can give you. A-Rod. He cheated. He got the big $270 million contract. He had 20 plus home runs last year, not on steroids. Manny Pacquiao hasn't had a knockout since he got off steroids. That's the most current example that I can give you guys. If you guys can think of some greater comparisons, let me know. A-Rod was a damn near all-star last year as a DH for the New York Yankees. And he's not on steroids because he's getting tested every 2 weeks or every month. I believe he agreed to that after he got suspended for a year. So there you have it. So barbershop conversations. I truly appreciate you guys' support. And if you disagree with me, I know there's hundreds of you guys out there that disagree with me. Feel free to put in your comments. But I don't know where Max Kellerman gets his logic. He cheated and he lost. How are you better than Floyd Mayweather? Head to head is the ultimate comparison. Not these is Joe Louis better than Floyd Mayweather? Is like Rocky Marciano, is he better than Floyd Mayweather? And so on and so forth. Muhammad Ali, we can never ever see them fights. But there's once in a generation where you get the best with the best in the same weight class, in the same division, and you're able to make the fight. And last May 2015, we were fortunate enough to see it. And Manny Pacquiao couldn't do nothing with Floyd Mayweather. So barbershop conversations. I disagree with you, Max Kellerman. I can't grasp it. I tried to fully understand it. But if that's the case, then Kobe Bryant's a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. Roger Clemens is a better pitcher than Bob Gibson. He can't be a better pitcher than Bob Gibson. A-Rod is a better baseball player than Hank Aaron. Then Brooks Robinson, Mike Smith. He cheated. So A-Rod cannot be a better baseball player than Mike Smith when he played for the Phillies. So barbershop conversations. Appreciate you guys' support. Hopefully my comparisons from other sports help you understand what I'm trying to convey. But talk to you guys soon. And we got a good fight week coming up. We got 3 boxing cards Friday and Saturday, 2 on Saturday. So I'm 7-0 this month in main events and the co-main event. So we'll see. Barbershop conversations. Talk to you guys soon. Peace, guys.